Welcome to the Pitch Stacking 101. This is recording um, on Oscilio side, I suppose, but also just how the pitch stack is. There's been a lot of questions about how the pitch stack and what to pitch stack. And of course, it's not like Kano level pitch stack, but Oscilio has like pretty deterministic combo as well, which is quite relevant in the slower matchups like Florian or Verdance or whatever, where you might, or like these kind of heroes. That was an accident. But where you might need to stack your combo to get over their fridge and their defensiveness and all that. So let me go over the resources because there's already like uh, fantastic resources written on this occasion. This is our friendly Pontiff Sullivan's. This is dating probably a year to 2 years ago on how the pitch deck with Kano is kind of like started, I should say, the whole thing. I wasn't around playing back then, but yeah, I read this and I was like, holy shit, this is cool. Um, Joey did also a writing. I will link all this in the description on writing how to pitch deck using the person action object method, which, for example, a lot of magicians use to memorize very long sequences. The TLDR idea on this, go read this yourself, but the general idea is that you have like a card here placing Aether. So person, you associate this like Chandra, for example, from Magic the Gathering, or um, Kamala Harris, or whatever you want to associate placing with. And then the action that they do something is they are choice saying Kana's riding dragon, for example, is riding. That is the action. And then the object is whatever you associate that with. So here is this dragon. So it's Kano riding dragon or Chandra riding dragon. And now you do this for every card, right? And then you combine them. So for example, for either wildfire, it could be like, yeah, like here, Triss from Witcher, Triss, uh, doing where Sonic Boom, or for example, Sonic Boom is like punching, Triss punching dragon. So that would be your three cards in the stack would be then either wildfire, Sonic Boom, and then Blazing Ether. So that's the gist of it. You can do your own stuff. I don't use this really, but everyone's memory works differently. So maybe this is very good for you. Placing for Lethal uses it, and here he explains it on a video. I'll link this one as well. And then here is Julian Sniffen Bean's Memory Palace pitch stack method, which also magicians use a lot. Yeah, here, as you can see, Guinness Book of Records, memorize random sequence over 2,000 playing cards. And yeah, it's done by using this. This is a very effective technique. I use this sometimes because it's very easy to remember whole deck using Memory Palace. But myself, I just kind of memorize them just by memorizing them kind of differently, so it's a lot faster because you need to think. There's also like sometimes I create a story, narrate a story with like these characters, like I don't know, at your own house's door there is Gun in the Flash character being a butcher or something like that, and then it's like taking like your um it's doing a backflip, or you get the idea. That kind of like visualization. But I also have my very good friend who won Battle Harden at Warsaw. Um, he just raw dogs it. Just some people can't visualize. That's the thing. So then you can you just raw dog it, and it's completely fine. Some people do like binaries. You know, your power card. For example, in Kano's case, this would be like you have your power cards that you want to hit off the top, then you have your dots. So the power cards would be ones and the dots would be zeros. And now you just remember a string of ones and zeros. You can link some kind of like power graph visualization to it as well. Something I do at times. Or just some people have uh, picture memory, photographic memory. So you just take a snapshot of your pitch and turn it sideways. That's something I use also as well. But I'll link these, study the methods, whatever the method is that works for you. That's great. So then, what is our pitch stack? So the normal pitch stack, it is Blast to Oblivion, Gun and Flash, Sigil of Brilliance, Somersault. Like one of all days. And later down the line you will throw into a spell. Etchings is the most damage spell, so I'm using Etchings here. Yeah, then the random instance that you will draw afterwards after you're done looping these draws is Discharges being the most damage, right? Then there is also like I put high voltages there, but they can be whatever. You can just stack whatever. And if you want to do the most damage pitch stack combo, let me sequence this. I should do the voltages first. I have these in order pretty much. These are 3 somersaults. We start with all these. This. Wait, I do need to put somewhere the somersaults. Shit. Somersaults were meant to put before the blast. I fucked it up. My bad. So before this, somersaults. Then you can also have like CLVs on the field and whatever, but this gets like very fast. Very overkill, right? This would probably be actually in our arsenal. So yeah, we crack the boots. This is an old list. This not, it's not that list I'm or anyone else is using right now. So yeah, swing gun, brilliance comes to backhand, blast, brilliance, bounce, draw, blast, brilliance, bounce, draw, and now you just do this over and over. You just draw all your blast to oblivions, just like this. We are doing. Don't care the count. Just save one red blast for the somersaults. This is back to hand. And you go. You go. This. It's just for free. And now, at this point, I guess it doesn't matter. We can just go with this. And now we do the somersault looping. Gun and flash. Now blast. This. Draw. Back to hand. Gun. Play brilliance. And now play this. Somersault. This back to hand. Draw a card. Now we go. Gun and flash. Brilliance. This comes back to hand. This is supposed to be at hand for now. Then we get blast once more. Grab brilliance. Draw discharge. Go gone. Brilliance. Gone. Go gone. Discharge. And now we Volsar for 70,002 damage. And grab a random sigil. Play it for AB, action point, and this for 1. Sorry, 7. So yeah, that would be the max damage combo, right? Just go through all the 9 blasts. But normally, it's just a little bit off. Using 1 brilliance, because you'd rather need to play them most of the time, I think, or actually developing the game and getting to your stack. If it's just turtle, you're probably not gonna make it to stack. So then the components you would stack is either more blast to oblivions, reds, or then more somersaults. Bear in mind that if you do stack multiple Blast Oblivions, you do need multiple Brilliances to actually go draw Eagle on the pitch stack combo, as you saw me do there. But if you stack somersaults, you don't need more Brilliances. One Brilliance is enough because of the instant trigger that you are required. But this combo goes very out of hand very fast, so you don't need to stack everything you have in your deck. You can just use them as well. I do have one video on this where I go off on Betsy with one blast, 3 somersaults, 1 brilliance, one random, I believe it was discharge, etchings with gun, and it was 86 damage threatened, I believe. So with all these blasts, you can do like 150 or something. And how do we actually stack these cards is the another question. So of course you will draw them in random order during the game, but your main component to stack here is the Volzar, the lightning rod. And please do not slam in those games Sigil of Conductivity out on the field. Just use it to cycle, or then bounce them back with Gun Blast Oblivion, because then Volzar is free and now you can't stack anything. So if you have these cards in your hand, for example, why is it 7 cards? So having these cards in hand, it's opponent's turn. We do stack Brilliance first. I prefer stacking Brilliance first because it's a card that you need first, as well as if you do end up drawing multiple of these first before anything else, it's fine because then you can arsenal or play them beforehand. So yeah, that's on your opponent's turn. Now it goes to the bottom, and now it's on our turn. So now we can stack the somersault, or then we can play like card like Eclectic Magnetism, or use Comet Storm to stack these cards, right? So pitch Blast Oblivion and Gun and Flash to play Comet Storm for 5. Do something proactive while stacking them as well. You do want to also have Gun and Flash stacked first with Digital Brilliance. So the preferred order is Brilliance and Gun and Flash first, and then you want to have Blast Oblivion and Somersaults. But as long as these 4 cards are in your top 5 in kind of any order, it should be fine. Sometimes you are forced to draw in an awkward way where you only can see 3 or 4, so the better the order, the better the stack. Because the thing is with here, compared to like Kano's pitch stack, is that Kano goes off on your opponent's turn, and you can go off 1 turn cycle before, because you only need to have the cards on top starting from that. But with Oscilio, you need to draw the cards actually, and you need to go 1 turn of pretty much no blocking. So please have that in consideration as well. And now after you've stacked these, you have set up your draws with like this draw component is the most important thing of pitch stacking. Otherwise, you're just as good as doing a random gun combo whenever in the game. Once this is established and you can go actually draw equal or positive here, then you can stack this rest of the cards, and now it will be fine to like stack another Brilliance and get another Blast Oblivion there, because you know you're gonna draw them, right? And just putting more somersaults, and of course etchings. So you generally draw like after the somersaults end, you draw 1 card after that. So then you would want to draw these etchings, and after that you can stack like or like any 0 cost spell. It can be 2 cost spell too, but rather have 0 cost spell, you know, for obvious reasons. Then stack whatever instance you want in your deck. So that's how you stack the combo on Oscilio. It's not much more complicated than that. It's just the order matters here a little bit. And if you draw your things poorly, then you also need to take into account that maybe the cards are clumped in your bottom of your deck. So you need to adjust your game plan for that. And how to actually effectively count your stack, that would be one of the questions. Now, let's put these back in the deck, just for the sake of it. So this is our game state, right? We have 36 in the grave, 24 in here. Now, of course, you can't see those numbers if you are playing, or when you are playing an actual game. So many people might all the time calculate how many cards they are drawing. Like if we start the game, go 4. I'll put this in the grave. Take 8. Now we have taken 12, right? And now this, it's 16. So then we have 44 cards left in our deck. And that's how they track the stack. But it's, in my opinion, it's a bit, of course, this is like individual preference, I guess, but it's more memory load to track or have like active number you want to track and count at all times. Because my fastest stack game was 15 minutes, where I killed Dory in Battle with Kano, and I didn't track the stack at all. It was just I put the stack. It was like pretty basic stack. Just put the cards in there, raw dog basically what is there, and just played the game block, 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 and you know. And once I started to feel the deck was getting thinner, I knew my stack is, for example, here, if we look at our stack. So we know now that our stack is 4 cards, right? It's these 4. We are not stacking anything else. Stack is 4 cards. Let's put these in the grave. Draw 4. Stack is 4 cards. Now we can count our grave. It's 16. It's easy. It's faster to count this. 16, and then we have 4 here. So it's 20 cards plus the 4. So now you know there's 36 cards left on the stack. Now you need to draw actually those 4 as well. So you might include them in the count, but this way I think it's just much faster. Now you can just play your turns in a normal manner. Play out these cards. This turn as well. Done very well. Draw up. And now we have played a couple of turns more. So then we just check, okay, we have 5 cards here. Oh, just count the grave 20, 29. So we're at 34. So now you know there is 22 left on this deck. And after that, you can just reverse the count, right? So then you start actually counting this deck, because now it's a smaller number. And you only need to, like, 2 or 3 turns. Whoops. To update your count, right? 21. 17. 16. On our turn. 15. Play out these cards. Draw 4. 11. Right? You get the idea. Cycle this. 10. Our turn. Cycle this. 9. Play these. You know, that's how I do it, and it's been very effective. So, is there anything else I need to discuss about this? I'll link the resources in the description, of course, because that's like the main thing of learning this, is how to remember your stack. Now you know what to stack and how to stack. And I guess when to stack, because it's like CUIBs, unless they run the fucking Amulet of Echoes. You can stack Verdants, I guess, but there's no need really for that. Because Plow Under can sometimes Plow Under and the other card, what's the name? Felling of the Crown. They can mess up your stack. So Earth is kind of suspect, yeah. But then there's like, you play Bolton, another Bolton whips up Decimator Axe, and then you're like, okay, you're getting stacked now. So, those kind of things. And it's really cool that you are able to do this. I hope this answers a lot of questions.